There he is. Got him. That's my third drift through here. I kept getting just really light taps this morning. I'm hoping this is the first walleye of the day. There we go. It's a nice fish. Good eater size. Male. Nice. Alright, so today I thought I'd go over some of my favorite soft plastics for Columbia River walleye. And this guy hit a curly tail grub from Yum. This is their walleye grub series. There you can see this is the bumblebee pattern. I got it on a VMC Moon Eye jig. But it's got yellow and black and white. It's one of my favorite patterns, but they've been really light biting this morning, so I think I'm going to switch up to something that has a little more scent than these grubs. Alright, so switching up. I like these grubs, but I did 3 drifts this morning. I had 3 bites and just was missing a lot of hits. I just think they're grabbing it and spitting it really fast. So I'm gonna put on a Gulp minnow. This is their pyrite color. It's like a gold metal fleck. But these Gulp plastics have a really strong scent. They're a little bit softer too than that plastic. And I cut down the minnow size here to make it just about the size of sort of the yellow perch and sculpins that I find in their bellies here a lot. I've even found little walleye in some of the bigger walleye stomachs. So that seems to be the dominant things they're feeding on, is these smaller fish. This color really matches well juvenile perch and sculpin. So I've always had really good luck with it. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more of aggressive take and hopefully put more fish in the boat quickly using Gulp. A big surge of water just came down the river. They must have opened up one of the dams. The speed of the current just picked up like crazy. Like I could see the swell coming down. It's crazy. All right, on the bottom. Just gonna skitter this along the bottom. Constantly keep in contact. That's where these fish are. I have some bodies of water where walleye will suspend, but on the Columbia, for me, they're always hard to the bottom. And I put one finger on the blank here and another finger on the blank here. And really lightly jig it, but I want to be able to feel that bite. See, that's a little guy. There he goes. Shoot, got him. They're just light biting like crazy. Just chewing on the tail. I felt him chew on it, and I felt him hit that second time. Sort of take it down in. And there we go. Another 14-incher. I like eating these 14, 15-inch walleye. They're not very old, so they're less likely to have any sort of heavy metals or anything like that in them. Good clean meat, tastes great. I definitely would have missed that one on the curly tail, because he hit it and he was like chew, chew, chew. He just didn't have the jig in his mouth. I was pulling on it, I could feel it just pulling away, and then I felt that hook sort of set right in the top of the mouth, and then I was able to set the hook and bring him up. That's partially why I cut down these Gulp minnows. This is a 4-inch minnow. I cut down by like ½ inch to 1 inch. I mean, today I'm even tempted to cut it down even more, because I can feel them coming up and grabbing on this, and they're just shaking this, shaking this, shaking this. That's what he was doing. He kind of grabbed this. I could feel it shaking, and then you can even see his teeth marks there. And then finally I felt him sort of take that second grab, and I felt the hooks inside the mouth as I lifted. So they're really just coming up behind and grabbing it by the tail today, which is what's happening with the curly tail. They just kept grabbing that tail, not taking it all the way in. Hopefully they'll get more aggressive as the day goes on. It was pretty much a full moon last night. So that might explain the lackluster or less aggressive bite. Can't seem to find them outside of a narrow band today, between 90 and 100 feet. But I'm gonna just try going up from those depths up to like 40, see if I can stumble across any fish. Just want to cover all those different depths. Sometimes they'll stratify, like you'll find them at like only deep, and then another group of fish in the 30-40 foot range. There he is. Oh, I missed him. Dang it. God, they're just chewing on it so lightly. That actually felt like a decent fish, but they're not hitting aggressive. They're just kind of just coming up and tailing, grabbing on it, chewing on it, not really slamming it. There he is. Got him. That was a really light bite, but they are just being so picky today. Aggressive bite today, it is not. This one feels decent. I mean, it felt like just such a little dink when he hit. Sort of the average size today. All right. All of them are puking up. Sculpins and perch as I bring them up. They fed through the night, which is partly why they're not really feeling like hammering anything today. I love these scissors. You can use them as a bonker. Okay. Bleed them out. Well, as I said, that one had puked up a couple of fish on its way up, which I think explains why they're just really, really light tapping. So I'm going to switch things up. I have my Gulp natural crawler here, and that's going to be an even smaller profile with even a bit more action on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down so I don't have a huge tail sticking off the end, and see if that slimmer profile might make them consider eating a little more, and see how that works here. I'm going to do a few drifts with the natural crawler. This is a 4-inch. I'm going to cut down to 3. So it's going to be a really, really finesse presentation, but maybe that's just what I need today. I mean, these guys are biting, these 14-inch fish are biting like 6 inches. They're just not really doing much at all. That's a great looking profile. They're really slim. So if I'm a walleye that's, well, pretty well fed for the night and feeling fat and happy, but a little snack drifts by in front of me, well, maybe I'll be more willing to hit it. There he is. I was trying to steer the boat. That was my first bite on that Gulp crawler, and he's bumped that thing hard. It's always when you're doing something else too, like you transitioning hands to steer. That's when they're gonna bite every time. It's putting up a good fight. Yeah, this is a little bit nicer grade of fish too. Probably pushing 16. Awesome. Well, I think my hypothesis is going to pay off if we get another drift with... Look at that. That's a nice fish. Wonderful. Yeah. That's the kind of fish where one fish feeds 2 people. That's my favorite kind. Awesome sauce, as they say. That's great. So there you go. There's a nice sized walleye there. Good eater size, my favorite size. It hit that natural Gulp crawler. So really downsizing here today is paying off. Of course, the great thing about the Gulp crawlers is they don't die on you. So they just throw them in a tackle box and have them there all the time. And your hands don't get all that nasty worm dirt on there. Nothing worse than worm dirt under the fingernails and in the cracks in the skin. That stuff takes forever to get out. That was great. That was first drift. First drift, boom. A very solid hit too. It's funny to me how much they love to hit crawlers, fake and real, when they're hanging out 60 foot on the bottom of the Columbia River or deeper. Not like they see a lot of worms drifting by, but they sure like them. There he is. Got him. The worm is on fire today. And it's a fake worm. This will be my last one of the day if I can get it in the boat. It'll be the limit. Just proves the versatility of plastics. They give you that ability to change colors and change shapes, but they also let you really slim down your presentation so that when the fish are light biting, you can adapt to what they're hitting. All right, guys, I'll put links to all of the jigs and plastics I used in today's video in the description below. Any questions, just hit me up in that comment section. And just remember, fish smarter, not harder. Bye.